Hello, my name is Laurel McAllister, and I will be presenting TaxAid's training on client intake. We will start with our disclaimer. This presentation covers the basic information on TaxAid's process for bringing on a new client. Please read this through, and if you have any questions on the specifics of tax law, please always reference irs.gov. TaxAid is a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded in 1988. Our goal is to help community members by preparing free, year-round tax returns and offering our clients all the information they need to get the most out of the tax process. This is the overview of the TaxAid process for initiating a new client. It is the client's responsibility to fill out and submit the questionnaire and then populate their file with their tax documents. From there, the intake coordinator will set up an appointment with the client to complete their intake interview. Once the interview is complete and all client information has been confirmed, the return coordinator will assign the client file to a member of our tax preparation team. As a client intake volunteer, you will be assisting TaxAid with the client intake interview. This is the overview of what your process will look like. You will begin by reviewing all client information prior to the call. You will then conduct an intake interview over Zoom and ensure that everything in the client's file is ready for assignment. What should you expect as a client intake volunteer? Well, the intake coordinator will assign you clients for your review prior to interviewing. To prepare for the call, you will review all of their tax documents. The main purposes of the call are to confirm their identity, verify that all the information they provided us is correct, and ensure that all the client's questions are answered and they are clear on next steps. We recommend beginning the call by saying something like, "Hi, I'm Laurel calling from TaxAid. Today we will be reviewing your documents, checking your ID, answering any questions you may have, and talking through the next steps for your return." If you are unable to answer a question during the call, no worries. Tell the client you will research the question and someone will call or email them back. You will be given access to the 2021 folder on Dropbox. This contains all client files. The folder is created when the client submits their questionnaire on the TaxAid website, and they are given a link to then access the folder and add their tax documents. Please note that you should view all of the client documentation prior to the Zoom call, but you cannot download any client files or information from Dropbox. Clients will complete the questionnaire found on the TaxAid website. The questionnaire contains basic contact information, identification of any joint filers or dependents, and allows the client to select any specific tax scenarios that apply to them. For example, they may be self-employed, they may have paid mortgage interest, or they possibly bought health insurance through the marketplace last year. These are all things that the tax preparation team would need to know. Please ensure that pages 1 through 8 of the questionnaire are completed. Once you have reviewed the client questionnaire, you should review the tax documents they submitted. First, confirm that all names, identification numbers, and addresses are consistent between the questionnaire and documents. Then ensure that there is supporting information for every line item that the client said yes to on the questionnaire. For example, if the client marked that they paid student loan interest, you should confirm that there is a document stating how much interest was paid for the year. During the call, you must verify the photo ID and Social Security card or ITIN letter for all household members. It is very important that you check for consistency on names, identification numbers, birthdays, and addresses for every person on the return. We want to ensure that all the information given to the tax preparation team is accurate to avoid the return needing to be redone or resubmitted. Once all their information is confirmed, you will make sure the client knows what to expect. The basic steps for their return at this point are as follows. First, their return will be assigned to a tax preparation team. The return will be prepared by one team member and then separately reviewed for accuracy by another. Their tax team will contact them if there are any questions. The completed return will be in their Dropbox folder, and someone from TaxAid will go over their return with them. At the end of the process, they will need to sign a form that allows TaxAid to electronically file the return. If anyone from TaxAid reaches out to request additional information, they should respond as quickly as possible to avoid delays with their return. If the client has any questions, they can always email us or leave a voicemail on our hotline. At the end of the call, you should confirm how the client prefers to be contacted, whether it's via email, call, or text, and when is the best time to contact them. After the call, you should include this information in the notes section of the client tracker, which we will talk about next. You will be given access to the client tracker, which also resides on Dropbox and is a Google Sheet. This is how we document what the status of each client return is. When your intake interview is complete, you will update the client's line to show that the interview has been completed and that they are now ready to be assigned. You will also include any notes about how best to contact them, or anything else that you think is important for their tax preparation team to know.